What up, everybody? My name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. Now, you can find me on all social media at I am Marcus Whitley, and find any of my books, Both Sides of the Street, Choices and Consequences, Greatness Under Pressure, and Battling Demons, all on Amazon. Now, to keep up with the latest episodes, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. What's going on? My name is Marcus Whitley, and yes, this is Good Behavior. Now, in this episode, I have a special guest with me who also works in the school system like I do. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Maiya. I'm a lead interventionist.
Okay, so how how did you fall into that? Like, what made you want to work in the schools?
It's not anything that I planned. One day was going between jobs, and our dad was like, "Hey, I know a program that really works well. They work in schools, and it's something I think you'd be good at." He brought me over there, and I fell in love with it, and I've been doing it since.
Okay, so what what age group do you work with? Like, what grades?
I work K through 5, and then I also we sometimes get some pre-K in there as well, though. So
Okay.
I can get as young as 5, 6, and get as old as 12, 13.
Wow. So because it's a behavioral school, how do kids so young end up falling into a school like that? Like for pre-K, like.
A lot of it is they don't have the resources at some of these schools. We have a lot of support at our school. We have a lot more staffing. We have a lot more just the support that some of these kids need. We have smaller classrooms. You might get 4 or 5 kids rather than a class with 20 kids, where you can't really have a kid who's eloping out the room, who's needs a little bit more attention. So we just have it's a little easier at our population.
Okay. So working with kids that young, like I know they're full of energy. So what kind of things do you do to be able to keep their attention and keep them focused?
Sometimes you gotta get to their level. With the littler ones, you kind of gotta get into that imagination world with them. I mean, you have Bella, so it's you gotta, yeah, I'm on the floor and I'm playing and getting them involved and getting them engaged. When they take their breaks and they need their minutes, giving them your full attention, and that goes such a long way with with these kids. Is just listening to them, getting involved, playing the basketball game, playing, even if I don't want to get on the floor sometimes and be playing blocks and cars, but I do it because it means a lot. Some of these kids don't get that one-on-one time and get those positive adults in their life, so I think that's important.
Okay. So let me see. What All right, let me explain for people, or I want you to explain for people what exactly an interventionist is.
An interventionist kind of goes is in class support. So as far as students who you're either we have all sorts of things. You could be a full school model where you're just coming in and you're helping out and pushing into the classrooms when needed. So if a teacher is like, hey, so and so is really having a tough time, an interventionist comes in, they're there to just offer that extra support, not like a paraprofessional as far as the academics, but more so just behaviors. You're there to sit with the student who math time is hard for them. They're going to get triggered, they're going to be upset, sitting with them, giving them breaks, giving them opportunities, taking them to a quieter space. That's kind of what the interventionist does. We're just there for that added support, and we offer certain resources that the school just needs. I don't know.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So how long have you been doing this for?
Going on my 6th year, I will be doing this, and I it's something I fell in love with. It's not to watching the kids grow, watching the differences we make with them. It goes such a long way. Even the little strides. It's something I could see myself moving through the company and doing more with this. I do.
Okay. So this is a career that you want to stay in.
I think so. I think I've always, like I said, wanted to. I've been gravitated towards working with kids and seeing the impacts we can make with them. Sometimes it's harder when they're a little older and they're the adult age to get through to people, but I feel like at this age they're moldable. They're you can catch them early and really like help them, and I feel like that's what's needed. So, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is. Now, what in what way do you feel like you can impact the kids, and when they leave you, what impression would you like to leave on them?
So every day, just kind of showing these kids that they're cared for, it goes such a long way. Showing them from the morning that as soon as they get off the bus, did you eat? How did you sleep? How's everything going? Listening to them. I just want them to, while they're there, that they know that they are safe, that they are cared for, that somebody is actually paying attention to them, wants better for them, and just a lot of them come to us and they're defeated. They had adults who did not pay attention, did not care, did not give them that effort. And so it's like when they come to us, I'm like, I just want you to know there's more. There's better for you out there. This isn't the stopping point. We want you to get back to gen ed schools. We want you to get back into, like, you can go to college, you could do sports, you could do these things. This isn't your stopping point. This doesn't have to be where we are. So I think that's the impression I want to leave with them when they just move on and they go to middle school and they go to high school. They're just like, Miss Maiya cared about me. Somebody cared that I did better. Somebody made sure that I checked in with me and made that effort.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Like I've even noticed that even just saying good morning consistently to them like makes a huge difference. Like I've even had a couple kids tell me that they're like, every morning I come in, no matter what mood I'm in, you always say good morning to me, and like they appreciate those things. And then taking the extra time to talk to them, to sit with them, and just be around them. Like a lot of them don't get that at home. And me working with, like I said, I've always worked with high school, but now just starting with middle school, I'm starting to see the same thing. And it's like with you, like I love little kids, but I can't work with them. I need like the more developed minds. I feel like the kids, like they'd never get any learning done. I'd be playing around with them too much. And they wouldn't be able to. I'd probably get them in trouble.
Sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes I'll be there. I'm in the back room in the room dancing with them, and they're like, Miss Maiya, it's writing time." And I'm like, "Okay, guys, let's sit." And I'm like, "Sorry, that was me. That was me." But you gotta get them involved because if you don't build those relationships, then when it comes time when they're upset, ready to throw things, and I'm over here like, "Hey, can you come take a walk with me? Can you come?" They're like, I don't care. I don't care what you're saying, but if I already built the relationship, took the time to get to know them and do the steps, now they're like, all right, Miss Miley, I'll come with you. Like, you're right, and so I also can't. I I'll give you the middle school. I'll give you the high school. I can't do them. That age group, that's a whole different ball
Yeah.
game.
I mean, like the middle school and high school is wild, but I like being able to have real conversations with them, and they're on a path to go where I was already. So I feel like if I'm able to step in and talk with them and try to change their mindset so they don't end up following that same path that I did, then like that's my goal. And no matter how bad the day is or the days are, I know I can't give up, because if I give up, who else is going to step in if they're not getting any positive attention at home or have any type of role model?
No, 100%. And I think that's also the difference. Like, we're doing the groundwork of just getting them. Some of these kids just don't even have the basic skills, like taking turns, sharing, all of the. And that's where our level is at. We're just trying to get them to just get the groundwork of being a friend. So the time that you get them, you're helping them with the next steps. You're helping them with trying to show up to school, not do this, stay on this path so you don't end up like this. So I think both of our, like, it's such crucial parts of their life that we're hitting. And then it just, though I know at least for me, it's hard when I have to let them go. And I'm like, please be like, keep going. And obviously now I know I'm sending them to you. So I'm like, Mark, hold on to my babies because we tried our best and we gave them all the love and stuff that we could give them, all the resources. So just knowing, like, hopefully we can like hold you guys on and keep going, because I know if some of you, I don't know if you have any of them that graduated, but when you are making them go on, I'm like, please keep, remember what I said, because you can't hold their hands forever. But
Yeah. Like there's a few of them that I've told they can reach out to me anytime if they need advice or anything. And I try to help them the best that I can. And it's good, like, connecting with them years later again and just see their growth, see how good they're doing. And then they feel so proud to be able to share that with you. Like, that's a great feeling right there, knowing that you were able to help them achieve that.
I haven't had any of mine graduate high school yet, because I started so young. I think my oldest group is now juniors, so hopefully this year I'll be going to some graduations. So, but no, that's such an impact. And then being like, you are the one. I remember what you said. I remember like this was, and I think that's important because I've had those teachers growing up that still stand out to me till this day. Where I'm like, or those counselors, like, or I was just like, wow, you really like helped me when I needed you. You showed me that you cared, and that goes a long way. So I think that's important.
And I think it's the things like that that make me stay at that job. Like, that makes me want to continue to work with kids, whether it's in a school or going to speak with them or just being able to work with them.
Even on the tough days, you don't know what anyone's going through at home. You don't know what their stories are, and that's how I had to like change a lot of my perspectives, because I'm like, these kids aren't coming from perfect households. And then sometimes you see their parents, and I'm like, this is making a little bit more sense, unfortunately.
Right. Because just looking at them, you think like, damn, that's a bad kid, or that kid's just trouble. But not knowing the kid's background or what the home life is like once you see that, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, now.
Yeah, and then and that's kind of how like I just across the board, like regardless, nobody, not saying anybody has a perfect household, but you guys gotta change that mindset. Like, I'm gonna help you. You could be, you don't know what they're going through, what they're doing, so just treating all kids across the board like kids at the end of the day. Because sometimes I forget that when these kids are swearing and doing all this, and I'm like, he is just 7. He just needs a nap. Like, or he is just 10. But sometimes that 10-year-old is talking like he's 23. So I'm just sitting there like, you have to remember, like, this is learned behavior. No, these kids don't want to be bad. No kid wants to be bad. No kid wants to have these issues. So just getting through to them and trying to have those conversations. And I'm not gonna lie, the quote unquote bad kids or the more trouble kids, those tend to be my favorites. Those tend to be
Mine too.
They're the ones who I will sit with. They're the ones who I end up getting through to, because I'm just like, you don't want you. There's so much more for you. It doesn't end here. Like, those tend to be the ones where I'm like, I'll sit with them, because I can have conversations, and the real conversation where I'm like, cut it out and stuff. So I like the trouble ones a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I always see it as that's who I was. So I'm always drawn to them, and a lot of them, they can relate to me, so they're able to open up and talk to me. And I like the fact that they are able to feel comfortable with me, and that's how we build that bond. And I'm able to get through to a lot of them.
I think it's also that we're people of color in a lot of schools where there's a lot like white dominated staff, and then all the kids are brown and black students. So like they can relate to us. They see people who look like them. They see people who and they're able to have those conversations and relate more, and we're more honest with them. We're more, I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. Like, you can kind of be a little different and cultural with them that other people
Mm-hmm.
may not be able to. And I think that's important as well.
Yeah, no, that's true. Now, you said you'd like to move up and grow in the company. Like, where do you see yourself getting to?
Ideally, I would like, I would go as far as a director in the, or director in the program and stuff. I've always, like I said, I've seeing how well this program works. I'm a big advocate of our company. Not even just as far as this, but like seeing the differences. Even I know your school is kind of similar to mine. Like there's a kind of like a public school and then us and the downstairs, so kind of that, like where it's more intensive and we're a different program. So seeing the differences, like that we can make just interventionists being in a school, because I see just how big of a difference that could be. I'm like, I would want to move to this company and just continue to grow it.
Yeah.
I could see myself wherever they would put me, I would take it at this point. But because, like I said, it's a really good program.
See,
How about you?
this is where we have different perspectives. Like, I love the job, being able to work with the kids, but I don't like the company.
What?
Not at all.
What's wrong with
Like,
the company? Tell me. Tell me.
because the higher ups are the white people just sitting behind the desks, not in the classrooms, not with the kids, but they'll sit there and tell you how the kid is or how you're supposed to work with the kid, when it's not like that. And then honestly, ever since I had that one experience with one of them, and they told me that I can't talk to the kid about just about life skills or try to help them become a better person.
Yeah.
They told me I was only hired as academic support. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not okay. I want to see these kids become successful in life, not just push them through school. And ever since then, I'm like, I stay with the company because I love working with kids, but I don't respect the company.
I think you were also at a different.
I was in a different school at that
Yeah,
time.
but like that's also, like, I feel like there's so many variations of this company. Like there's different programs.
Yeah, like I like where I'm at
Yeah, I
now.
was gonna say the program that you're like, us over here, I feel like is a different than the other two schools that like those type of programs. And because since I've been at this like certain program, I'm like, because I was with you. When I went from the other school I was at before, I was like, maybe this isn't gonna work, which really sucks because I do love working with this, but I'm feeling not where, like, I'm feeling not supported. They're not. It was just not a healthy environment. But then I was like, okay, I came to this school and now I'm like, I'm thriving. It's growing, and that's when I was really like, it wasn't the company, that just specific
Yeah.
program wasn't for me, and it ended up being for no one because we ended up losing that program anyway. But like, so I think at your school that you're at now, I think you could thrive. I think.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I love the school that I'm at now, but I'm not dealing with any of those people that I was at the other school. Which the other school was a private school, so it's there. That was the company itself.
Yeah.
Now the company is just employed by by public school, so it's a lot different.
I
And
prefer it.
yeah, and I mean I was also looked at differently because of my background. So they treated me less than they treated anybody else.
which is um which is not right. As I said, I if I was to move and they were like, you have to go, I wouldn't. Where I'm at, this where we're at in this program now is definitely, I would never move. So I give it to you for even staying over there as long as you did, because
Yeah, but I mean, another thing too for me, I don't know how far I'd actually want to move up in the company because I was taught that the farther up you move, the farther away from the kids you get. And I'm like, the whole reason I'm here is for the kids.
100%.
Like, so I don't want to move away from them.
No. And I can see that where I would see that I would still be helping is like that's the people who are getting us in these schools. That's the people like the higher ups are also like venturing out. So like all the kids that we're not helping, all the schools that we're not getting into to have those conversations and get more interventionists and seeing the differences we can make, that's kind of where I feel like I'd still be able to help the kids in that way. Don't get me wrong, I'd still love to come in and do the things that I do and build the relationships I do. But I think also I can really sell what we do because it does make a difference. And just sitting there being like, this student, how much this has changed just by having interventionists here and doing it. And then I feel like we can reach out and get more people involved and stuff like that. So I think that's how I can still help. But I can see also, I'm like, never having to be able to like do the interpersonal like being there
Yeah.
for them, that would suck. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I mean, being there with them every day, like you see the growth in them, like, and then having like seeing their journey is what makes it for me.
100%. It definitely does, and that's what keeps us going, even on the tough days, even on the days where it's like, what just happened today? That's why at least with my team at the end of the day, I'm like, what's a positive that happened today? Give me something that somebody did, and they're like, well, so and so is really he stayed in class all day. He was on this. Seeing the kids like, Miss Maya, I was on this today. Seeing those differences really, I feel like helps and makes everyone feel better. So we're not ending days on a bad note, or it's like, yeah, today was rough, but so and so did good. So I always like to make sure something was positive about the day.
Yeah, you gotta end the day like that.
Yeah, and leaving it at work. Sometimes I be taking it home and I'm going in and trying to complain about it, and I have to leave it at work.
Yeah, I've learned to cut that off a long time ago. Like as soon as I punch out, I'm done. Like, don't talk to me about work.
See, you should have been telling me because I was still stressing. I'm still over here stressing about what I could have done, what I could have done this, and that does poorly on us. And if we never check out, we can't check in and give them
Yeah.
100% because I'm still stressing about yesterday. So
Like for me, when I started working there, I had noticed the way other people were that had been there, and like they take it home with them, and then they're complaining about it to each other, and it's like a lot of them that I saw, their coworkers are like the only people that they hang out with. So it's like in and out of work, and you can just see that it's just all work. That's all they talk about in and out of work. And I'm like, I don't need that kind of stress.
that's not. It's not good for your mental because especially we work at a stressful job
Yeah.
that is not for everyone. So
And you don't want to bring that home, especially you got a family at home. Like I got kids. I don't want to bring that negativity home to them. I don't want them to see me stressed out or drained.
you gotta you gotta give yourself that break as well. No, I completely agree. I definitely had to learn that the past like I think 2 years now. I was like, let me just end it. Once I clock out, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, but you once you're able to do that, it makes life a lot easier.
And I also give myself certain things like there's things I know I need like in the morning. We get there at 7 o'clock. The kids don't come till 7:35. We have our morning meeting at 7:10. After that meeting at 7:10, I'm in my office. I need lights off and I need to get myself on board if you want me 100%. So just knowing things that you need. I know if I don't do certain things, like knowing when to check out, what to step back, when to switch, when to do those things. I feel like that's so important. And those are things that I've had to learn throughout the time. Like if you want me good morning, Miss Maya, and all happy, at 7:35, I need that time to myself. Just my little rituals. I need that time. You got any of those?
Now, um, I mean, I got a routine. Yeah, I do the same thing every day. Because we don't have meetings every day. So
Oh, okay.
sometimes I'll just go most of the time, sit in my office. I'll eat my breakfast there. And, like, I'm a huge gamer on my phone. So I'll sit there and play the games on my phone until they call for the kids to come.
See?
And that just
And you need that time.
takes my mind away.
And if you don't get that time, you didn't get to eat your breakfast, you didn't. Now they're coming in and you're like, now you're all. I'm telling you, those routines help me. Otherwise, I'm a mess.
So, is there anything else you have going on that you'd like anyone to know about? And just
Nothing at the moment. Like work wise, like nothing really. Just the first week of school. It went pretty well. I'm excited to see what this school year is gonna bring.
I feel like it's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, I have a really good team. I got really good kids. And I can already see just after 1 week the difference. Like, I just feel like this is going to be a really good school year. And I'm excited to see what it brings.
Okay. Me too. Now, I hope this episode was able to show you the perspective of another interventionist, because I know you hear my stories all the time. So I'd like to thank my special guest, Maiya, for coming through and sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, my name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. So until the next episode.